Hello, hello, hello to all my uniques out there. This is your fairy girl, Akudo. Welcome to your unique story. For today, I'm going to tell you guys an interesting story. Something that happened to me either 7 and 5 years ago. All right? To all my returning subscribers in the Nejaba, how are you guys doing? For those of you that are not part of my family, what are you waiting for? You watch all the videos, you might as well come join me. You see the red button that says subscribe, click on that button. You wait for the notification bell, click on that one too, so you will be the first to see my videos once they drop. Now, let's jump right into it. And for all the new subscribers that are going to subscribe after this video, welcome to the family. All right, this story is about, you saw the topic, be mindful of others. Be mindful of who they are. Be mindful of other people's feelings. Be mindful of what you say to them. Be mindful the way you treat others. Most of the time, we go about doing stuff because we feel we can. We are bad and bougie. We think we can, so we go around doing whatever we want and we don't care about it. But I wanted to share this story with you guys. I've shared this story in some of my videos, but not really a story time. So today I'm giving you guys a story time. I'm going to tell the story and then we are going to talk about the lessons. There are so many lessons. Whenever I come to you guys with stories, these are unique stories that have lessons attached to them. So remember, as you're enjoying the story, also listen for the lessons so that it can also help you, okay? We are here to empower one and each other. When we empower one person, we empower his or her whole generation, right? Now let's go into the story. So this story happened to me either 5 or 7 years ago. I can't remember. There is this restaurant that is very close to my house. Myself and my children, we go there to eat. Sometimes my children were younger, so I'll take them there. They'll go get some, their fries, their sandwiches, and then we'll get their frosty, their slushy, their frosty, and then Jemoko, I think that's what they call it. It's like a chocolate one. I love it. And then we eat and we leave. So this particular day, I told my children, get dressed, let's go. It was like maybe about 4:30. So I told my children, come on, let's go. I'm tired. Let me be honest with you guys. That day, I didn't feel like cooking. I said, you know what? We don't have any food in the fridge for us to warm up. So let's go there. They'll grab some hamburger, grab some fries, grab some sandwiches. We'll get that. We'll bring it home. Everybody will eat it for dinner and we go to bed. I know Nelson has his fufu. He doesn't play with his soup. So as long as I have soup, I know I'm good with Nelson. So we went there, and when we got there, immediately we parked the car. There was another car. This was my car, and there was a cab driver, like a taxi next to us. So the back door was open. This lady, that girl was young, maybe 22, 23. I don't think she's more than 24 years old. She's a young girl. So she was sitting at the back of the cab and she had a car seat on the chair with her baby. And then one feet was in the car and the other feet was on the floor. And she was going back and forth with the guy, the cab driver. So when I got out of the car, because she was on my own side, so I said, excuse me, so I could pass. She said, excuse me, ma'am, please, can you help me? So I came closer to her. I said, what is the problem? She said, ma'am, my husband, I just got married recently and I just had a baby. This is my baby. He's just 2 months, is it 2 weeks? I think he said 2 weeks old. My baby is 2 weeks old, a new mommy. I'm overwhelmed. I've not been spending a lot of time with my husband. So today, my baby was a little bit, calm. I decided to surprise my husband. My husband works at this restaurant. He's one of the chefs that cooks at this restaurant. So I decided to come and surprise him. I know he gets up work at 5. So I called the cab driver, and the cab driver brought me here with the hope that if I get here, I will go in and I'll call my husband so he can come and pay the cab driver. She did not use an Uber because, with an Uber, the card is already on the Uber app. She called a taxi company. So she told me that the guy came only for her to get here and call the husband's cell phone. He is not answering. Then she called the restaurant and they told her, "Oh, we're sorry to tell you, your husband left earlier because he wasn't feeling well. So maybe he's at home, but he's not here." So now she doesn't know what to do. So she says she asked the cab driver, "Can you take me back home? Then when I get home, I will pay you for bringing me from home to the restaurant, and then I'll pay you for taking me back home." And that the man said, "No, I'm not going back there when you have not even paid me for the first time." So she said, "Okay, can I go to the restaurant and see whether my husband's co-workers, somebody there will give me money to come and pay you?" And the cab driver said, "It's okay, but you have to leave your baby. Go get the money and I will hold your baby." And the girl said, "No, I will not leave my baby. What if you drive off with my baby?" And the man said, "Well, you just have to trust me." So I said, "Okay." I asked the driver, I said, "How much is her cab fare?" Driver said $10. I said, "Okay." So $10 coming and $10 taking her back. I don't have change, but let me go into the restaurant and see if they have change. Wait right here. I will come and pay you. So we went into the restaurant. There was a lady that was in front, placing her order. She had her drink and she was looking at the thing and trying to place her order. So when I came there, I told my children to stand in line. So I went over there to this lady because she was talking. I went to her. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am." She turned around to look at me. So I said, "Please, can I ask the cashier to help me give me change?" And the cashier said, "Oh, sure." Opened her drawer and gave me one $50 note, two $20 notes, and one $10. I said, "Thank you very much. I want to go give it to the cab driver. I'm coming right back." And I turned to the lady and I said, "Thank you, ma'am." And I ran out. I gave the cab driver $20. I said $10 is for bringing her here, and the other $10 is for taking her home. And the woman was like, "Oh my God, thank you, thank you. Give me your phone number so that my husband can send you the money back." I said, "No, baby, it's okay. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. It has happened to me before. It happens to everybody. It's okay." So they left. Once I entered the restaurant, ooh, wait, my units, it was boom, boom, boom. Immediately I entered, this lady turned around and told me I was mannerless, I was primitive. How dare you? You said, "Excuse me." Did I excuse you? How dare you do whatever you wanted to do when I did not give you permission to do that? This lady went off. There is no name in this world that has the letter of the alphabet. This woman did not call me. All you could hear is beep, 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 you beep, 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 you beep, 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 beep. This lady cussed me out, guys. There was nothing she didn't say. "You guys all come from Africa and you guys think you're running things. Look at you. I can dictate an accent. You guys, blah, 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 blah. You booty scratchers. Oh my goodness." The whole restaurant was quiet. Everybody was watching this lady make a scene. I said, "But ma'am, I told you," I asked, I said, "Excuse me." When you say, "Oh, hush your mouth." When you said, "Excuse me," did I say anything to you? Did I tell you, "Yes, you are excused"? Did I say that? Blip, 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 blip. I don't know those of you that are my uniques. I don't know whether you follow me on Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook, those of you that follow me on Facebook, I don't know whether you have seen my boys. I have two big boys. My boys are like either 6'1" or 6'2", and they are huge boys. Now they're a little bit smaller because they're into this weight loss thing, but my boys were huge. Oh my God, my boys looked at me and said, "Mom, can you please give us permission to give this woman a test of her medicine? We are going to dress her down so she will know that she can't talk to anybody anyway." I said, "No, sir, you're not doing that." My daughter said, "No, Mom, look at what she's calling you. Look at all the things she's saying about you. You should do something. Let me tell her. Let me say something to her." I said, "No, baby, you are not. You are not going to do that." So she said, "Look at, your children are not even trained. Your children they don't have manners. They want to talk to me. What would they say to me? They would be like you. You are mannerless and they are mannerless." I just kept quiet. I was just looking at her. So before you know it, the cashier called the manager, and the manager walked out. And the manager said, "Excuse me, ma'am. I have been hearing you and I've been watching you for the past, 5-10 minutes now. You know what? Please get out of this store before I call the cops on you." "Oh, really? You're gonna take her side? You're gonna take her side?" The man said, "I'm not taking any side. This lady has not said a word to you. This lady said, 'Excuse me' to you. This lady said, 'Please, can I speak to the cashier?' And then the cashier answered her, gave her the money, she left. Since you have been ranting and raving, you could have made your order and this thing would have been over. So, well, I don't care. She is from Africa. They think they're running things. They should go back to their countries. They should go back to their countries." Blah, 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 blah. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Every cuss word that is registered, that is pronounced, that girl called me every single one of it. I still kept quiet. I was just watching her. So the manager said, "Get out or I'll call the cops." So she turned around and she left. Hold on a second. They had already given her her drink. So her drink was on the table. So when she was leaving, she just knocked the whole thing and the soda spilled everywhere on the counter. And the manager said, "Hey, get some napkin, wipe up." And the man said, "Ma'am, I am so sorry for what happened. I saw everything that happened. Please, whatever you guys want, you and your children, it is on the house. You guys can get anything." So we took, we ordered what we came for. We took our food. As we turned around to leave the restaurant, everybody in the restaurant started clapping. Started clapping and clapping and said, "That was good. The way you guys handled it, that was good." So when we got into the car, my children were like, "Mom, no, you can't be doing all that. You can't let people talk to you anyhow, and then you're trying to do what?" I say, "Zion, remember what Michelle Obama said. Michelle said, when they go low, we go high." My son said, "No, mommy, when they go low, I go lower." My son said, "No, mommy, when they go low, we go lower." No, I said, "No, baby, because number one, you have to be mindful how you act. What that lady did to me, that's what I call life. Life happens to everybody. Life happens to the richest. Life happens to the poorest. Life happens to the fattest. Life happens to the smallest, the slimmest. Life happens to the tallest. Life happens to the shortest. Life happens to women. Life happens to men. Children, adults, grandparents, life just happens. But remember, life is only 10% of what happens to you. 90% is how you react to it. Now let's throw out some scenarios out there. What if I cussed her out too and two of us started fighting? And that time when this thing happened, I was in full therapy. I was really a clinician. I was a therapist that time. I had people, patients that I was talking to, patients, and they are everywhere. What if I was fighting and one of my students or one of my patients were sitting down there looking at us and say, "Look at her. She keeps telling us anger management. Look at her own anger. She can't even control it." That's number one. What if I told my children, "Okay, talk back to them"? What have I taught them? I've taught them, "Oh, it's okay to insult," because I'm trying to teach you. You cannot insult or be abusive to an elderly person, somebody that is older than you. Then on the same breath, I will turn around and say, "Okay, since this woman is getting on my nerves, you know what? You guys insult her." What have I taught them? That's number two. Number three, what if me and the lady and my children will all start fighting and the police comes and everybody is arrested? Do I want my children to have a mock shot and all that just because of a lady that was ranting and raving like something was wrong with her? No. So there are so many ways it could have gone wrong. And that was what was in my mind. What if my patients were here? What if I was teaching too? What if my students are here? What if I know somebody? What if some people, my uniques, are here? What if you don't know who is watching you? When we were in high school, my principal will always tell us, be kind, be mindful the way you live your life, because you might be the only Bible somebody else is reading. Some people don't bother about reading the Bible. Some people don't bother about going to church. All they do is they read you. "Oh, she says she's a born again. Let us be watching. Let's be watching. What did she do yesterday? Oh, okay. Oh, maybe she's a Christian. Oh, what did she do the other day? Oh, maybe she's a Christian. Oh. This is why people will say, why is it that when pastors make an error or they do something, people blow it out of proportion? Why? That thing that pastor did, so many other people are doing it. Why are they not blowing theirs out of proportion? Because for a pastor, they believe you are called. They believe you are special. They believe you are different. They believe you know better. So they judge you or they put you at a higher standard. So whenever you do a little thing, everybody wants to because they feel you should know better. So I was trying to tell my children, even though those things she said, they were very hurtful. There was nothing she didn't call me. I wasn't going to stay there and start cussing her back or saying those things. But one thing I told myself, and I'm not telling you this thing just to say it, I want to teach you guys this thing. Whatever, when you know who you are, go inside, even if people call you names and say things about you, it doesn't bother you because you know who you are, Papa. You know who you are to the go of your being. So it doesn't bother you. I know I wasn't a booty scratcher. I know I wasn't a nonsense lady that came from Africa. I knew I was not all that. I know I'm unique. I know I'm wonderfully and fearfully and gorgeously made by God. I know I am unique. So I know I'm an awesome being. I know I'm a chosen generation. I know I'm a peculiar person. I know I'm a holy nation called by God out of darkness into God's. Add him too much. Add him too much. So it didn't bother me. It did not bother me. So that's what I wanted you to learn from this story. Be mindful how you treat people. Don't belittle people because you think they have an accent. Don't belittle people because you think, let me tell you guys another story. This is just a little bit. The first time I came to this country, so there was a school, like a daycare center close to my house where I was living before. I went there to volunteer because I love teaching. I said, let me go volunteer, even if you don't pay me, just to be around children and just. So the lady told me, what's your name? I said, my name is Akudo Ehirim. She said, can you spell your last name? I spelled it. She said, oh, I don't think the children will be able to say it. So what I'll tell you is, why don't you just answer Miss Sybil? I said, what? She said, I will tell the children to call you Miss Sybil. They will say that better than a hearing. That's a little bit too hard. I said, no, ma'am. My name is Ehirim. Just the way it's spelled, Ehirim. Akudo. Akudo. If I can say Oklahoma, you can say Arnold Schwarzenegger, you can say Akudo Ehirim. You just don't want to say it. The children will say my name perfectly. The problem is with you. And she stood there, she was just sitting down there looking at me. I said, yeah, the problem is you, not the children. Every little child I volunteered with that day could say my name. Some call me Miss Akudo, some call me Miss Akundo, but they tried, they said my name. You are the one with the problem. You are the one that doesn't want to call me by my name. You want to change me to Sybil. My name is Ehirim, and you want to call me Sybil. Where is the C? Where is the B? Where is the A in my name? Where did you get Sybil from Ehirim? Where? I took all my documents. I told her, adios, sister. Bye. I'm gone. Because this is what people just think, because maybe you're different, you look different, you speak differently, you come from a different culture, or you come from a different country, so something must be wrong with you. You don't measure up. Oh, they want to treat you anyhow, talk to you anyhow, maltreat you, make you feel less of yourself. But I'm here to tell you with this story, be mindful how you treat people. Be very mindful how you treat people, because most people have treated angels this way without even knowing. You don't know who that little girl is beside you think you can maltreat. You don't know who that man beside you is, and you think, oh, that might be the governor's son. That might be the person that is holding your destiny in their hand. That woman that you have looked down on might be the woman that will take you places, might be the man that will take you places. Never look down on anybody. Be mindful how you treat others. Be mindful how you treat others around you. Even people you don't know. Some of us, we are nice to the people we know, while the people we don't know, we treat them like crap. Some of us, we are nice outside. to the people we don't know. But the people we know, our family, we just step on them because we think, why should I be nice to them? I don't get anything. But if I'm a nice person at work, everybody loves me and I get promotion. If I'm a nice person at church, everybody loves me and I get promotion. But at my house, you maltreat your husband, you maltreat your wife, you maltreat your children because you think, after all, who is seeing it? My sister, my brother, be mindful you treat people. Be mindful what you say to people. Be mindful the way you look down at people. Remember, life will always happen. But how you react to it is 99, 90% of the whole thing. Remember, attitude is everything. What is your attitude? How do you treat people? Attitude, a good and positive attitude will take you so far. That will tell you your altitude in life. How far you go in life is determined by the attitude you display. Be mindful how you treat others. Be mindful what you say to others. Be mindful of the feelings of the people around you. Some of us say, I don't care. I don't care. I can say whatever I want. If I hurt you, that's okay. I don't care. You don't care until you start caring. You don't care until one day you will start caring. And I pray the day you start caring, it's not too late. So, my uniques, I wanted to share that story with you guys. So, remember, be mindful, be kind to people out there. Mind how you live your life. You might be the only Bible somebody else is reading. Remember to give us a thumbs up, share this video, and please subscribe to the channel. I want you to write in the comment section, tell us a story about when some people looked at you, looked down on you, disrespected you, talked to you anyway, called you all kinds of curse words because they think that maybe you're beneath them, you don't have the same color of skin, you don't speak like them, you don't look like them. So you know what? You don't matter. So write it in the comment section. Let us hear your story, just like you have heard my story. You are beautifully and wonderfully made by God. That is why you are unique. Be kind to yourself and to each other. Mwah! Love you guys. Bye-bye.